I hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl, because right now I got something new for you. Trying is the last step towards failure, but the first step towards success. Cody's Corner. Hello, everybody, and welcome officially to Cody's Corner. Cody's week-by-week hot takes on who's going to get the W in all your favorite sports. As you already know, hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl. I'm here side by side. He's not wearing his Giants jersey today.
Nope.
Got Petey on my side of me. And then directly ahead of me, I got the man with the stats. What did it say in the card? Wiki. We got David in the place.
What up?
I want you to know that quote that I said, guess who said it? I'll give you guys both one guess. Guess who you think said this quote that I just said?
Can you repeat it one more time?
Trying is the last step towards failure and the first step towards success.
Oh, it's gonna be someone like super offbeat, huh?
What do you think? Be honest.
Can you give us like a category of celebrity?
No.
Like, you can't tell me if it's an.
If you get the right category,
Is it a political figure?
No. I'll answer 3 yes or no's. Go
All right,
ahead.
is it an athlete?
No.
So it's not a political figure. It's not an athlete.
Is it a singer?
No. That's your 3 questions.
Oh, 3 each.
No.
Three each.
What do you want?
Whoa, David, it was 3 each, right? 3 each.
I thought it was 3
That's
each.
what I thought.
Well, it wasn't.
That's what you made it seem
Here
like.
you go. Here I am to tell
David's
you
got 2 more.
that.
David's got 2 more. David.
No, you don't.
David, go.
No one
David.
has any more questions.
We didn't even get. No, we get 2. We said 3.
All right, no. I'll let you.
Jim Carrey.
No. There you go. He doesn't get any more questions.
So is
you're
I
out
thought
of
I
it.
had it. That's why. I don't know. I looked at. Yeah.
We were talking about Jim Carrey
Exactly.
off camera.
Exactly.
All right, so wait,
Exactly.
I can ask one more question before my
I'll
final
let you
answer?
ask a single yes
Is
or
it
no.
an actor?
It's a,
I guess
oh.
the answer is yes.
Jack Black.
We'll start naming everyone we were talking about right before we
Yeah, of course.
Oh, there's so many actors.
That's tough. There's so many. Oh, Johnny Depp. Every actor that we talked about.
Okay. I'll put it to you like
Can we play 21 questions?
No, you have a guess right now or nothing.
All right. I'm going to
As I sip my
say,
Coke.
I am going to say,
You're going to love who it is. You're going to love it. You're both
Are you gonna take just one guess at it?
I'm thinking he's only allowing me one guess.
One
at it.
crack at it? You did ask a lot of questions.
I asked 3 questions like he said I could.
You asked a lot of questions about asking questions, so yeah, go ahead, proceed.
Whatever. Because your details weren't
That's
detailed.
the point.
He gave
That's why
none.
you have to guess.
He
You just
gave
said the number 3, and then that's it.
Yeah, but then there's there's an educated guess, and then there's just like
He
a
is-
shot in the dark.
He's so good at dodging the question. Let's hear your guess.
Josh Peck.
Good guess, but no. Homer Simpson.
Oh, that's not it. Oh, my.
That's
And
Boo.
that's why
I should have said
you can't put so much pressure on the quote. Sometimes
I
it's
should-
just a gem in the rough.
I should have said David Archuleta.
You didn't know who David Archuleta.
I still don't.
Yo,
You don't know who David
Oh,
Archuleta
let me
is?
matter of fact, let me look it up.
I know who David Archuleta.
David
is.
Archuleta.
It sounds so familiar. Hold on, don't David Arch. How do you spell Archuleta? Is that like artichoke?
A-R-
Arch A-R-C-H.
It starts with that. I know, it starts with A-R-C-H.
Yeah.
And they'll probably guess it from that.
And then Arch.
Where's
Wait,
this
wait,
guy?
you're Spanish, right? Arch, and then the second.
I
part
got
goes
it
to
already. I
Beta.
got it already. But I'm saying, where is this guy from? Because he does look kind of familiar. But anyway,
He's
Like
white.
a singer, no?
All right, so the story is
Jesus, he's only 5'5".
American
Oh
Idol.
my God! Shout out to nobody who's under 5'5", I guess, for David.
Shout out Joey and Albert.
Oh man.
Oh, come on. David Archuleta
Put their height out.
was a contestant on American Idol.
There you go.
Well, this is when American Idol was at its like peak.
Which was when
This had to have been like 2007.
I was never an American Idol person. I gotta.
If you
tell
could pull up the time, I don't remember.
When
2000,
was David Archuleta? Oh my God.
2006.
Of course, Cody's Corner wants to know when David Archuleta was on American Idol. Let's see. 2008.
Oh, okay, that's the number I had in my head. I was like, I felt too. Okay, so the final was David Archuleta versus David Cook. You know David Cook, right?
There was
of that
two
name?
Davids.
Two Davids in the final. So it was a big
And
moment.
David doesn't know about this.
It's
I
insane.
wasn't a big American Idol fan.
Neither.
After like Ruben Studdard and stuff, I kind of stopped. Like, remember Ruben Studdard? I'm sorry for 2004.
Nah, I think I'm too young for that, bro.
You might be.
Like when I started watching American Idol, it was Simon Cowell.
Simon has always been on.
And then it was the other guy with the glasses. He was bald.
Howie.
No.
Howie
Messed
up.
up.
Randy something?
Yeah, you're right.
Randy
It is.
Jackson?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what you talk about.
yeah.
Oh, it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
a no from me, dog. That was when I was watching American Idol.
Yeah.
So the story was they were the two finalists. You know, the final sing off happened. Everybody texted.
They were like, David.
Everybody texted. Text 1855 David Arch to choose who you're gonna think's gonna win.
Right.
And then
You voted?
the woman came out. I didn't vote. The woman came out. She's like, and the winner is David Cook. And then everybody was like,
Also, David Archuleta lost.
he lost.
I think it's kind of disrespectful.
And everybody
to call
said
David
he got
Archuleta
snubbed. He got robbed.
Oh, he should have won.
Yeah, he should have won. So we could talk about that next week.
The
Tune in.
robbery of
Just
David.
follow up day by day on what David Archuleta's doing for some reason. Well, on the topic outside of American Idol of 2008, there is some things that I actually wanted to bring up. You already know. We're gonna get into the Super Bowl, and now is obviously the time to talk about anything of the Super Bowl. But I wanted to ask you this first and foremost, because this is what a lot of people have asked me in the last week. Was that lateral pass to McCaffrey eligible? Was it a legal play?
I don't think it matters.
Why not?
They lost
It's a
already.
touchdown.
They lost.
I thought it was legal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't look.
You know, a lot of people were upset
They,
about that.
they were still behind the line of scrimmage.
They were behind the line of scrimmage, but it was like, I guess the lateral pass was close enough that like, if
But it doesn't-
wasn't for the motion of players, it could have seemed like a forward pass, even though they already had
It couldn't have been a forward pass if it was behind the line of scrimmage, though.
I think it depends. I don't know.
I think because it was behind the line of scrimmage, it can be a forward pass.
Yes, but there already was a pass. So can you pass again?
I don't think. I don't think
If
it
you
matters.
pass-
I'll let you know.
You didn't hear the argument about why people thought that it was like controversial.
I'm trying to remember to play in my head. But if it's a pass, is this the one who threw it?
Oh, two people.
All right, here you go. Hold on. While a forward pass may only be thrown once per down by the team on offense from within or beyond the neutral zone, there are no restrictions on the use of lateral passes. Any player legally carrying the ball may throw a lateral pass from any position on the field at any time.
So
So while a forward pass may only be thrown once per down so Purdy lateraled it.
yeah, he lateraled it.
It was a lateral, and then it was a forward pass.
Yeah.
So that's legal.
There you go.
There it is.
There's the answer right there.
You got to hear it first. David Archuleta should have won the
First
2008.
or last, but you heard it somewhere for sure.
That's a
I know
fact.
that I definitely heard Boomer Esiason. Shout out Boomer talking about it a couple days ago. So I really wanted to touch on it today because that's interesting, you know. Because I don't know about you, but when I was watching it, that play made me jump out of my chair.
Well, when I tell you right now,
remember going
when I saw that play, the first thing I did, I looked over to my boy B and I was like, yo, that's it. They don't woke Andy Reid up. They're going to wake him up. They're going to wake the Chiefs up now. And that's what happened.
As soon as the 49ers scored, you
Yeah.
knew it was a wrap for them?
Because I don't know. I felt like, I think somebody said that it was karma because it was Andy Reid's, it was a Chief play, wasn't it?
I said it was karma.
You know?
Yeah.
In my
So I like, it just seemed like, oh, okay, this is how we're going to play. You know?
Right. Oh,
And-
this is what we're doing. Today.
Right, and I feel like I don't know. I was just taking Andy Reid, and I don't know. For me, that just was like, all right, the Chiefs are gonna win because there's no way in hell that you're gonna pull off that play on us.
Right.
No, not happening.
You know, I also wanted to say, I know we're gonna talk about it, of course, but the Gatorade was purple.
Ugh.
Right?
I don't know if you guys.
Yeah. Like,
It
what
was
is that?
purple. Why purple?
You know,
Purple wasn't even an option on FanDuel.
Was it not really?
No, it was clear,
it was other.
yellow, red, orange. I didn't see other. There was another.
Yeah, there's another. There's an other, and then there's like water.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
What's crazy is I was watching one of the YouTubers I follow that plays MLB The Show,
Right.
and then this was before the Super Bowl happened. He said, "I have the inside scoop on the Gatorade color. because I know my boy's the one that changes the Gatorades.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
He was like, it's going to be purple.
No way.
And everybody was like, they didn't believe him
Right.
because they thought he was talking.
And it was purple.
And it was purple.
He probably.
Didn't you bring that up like right before the Super Bowl?
Maybe.
I feel like you.
Did he
said
win any
something
money
like
on that?
He bet on it.
I'm sure he
I'll
bet.
tell
He
you
better have.
that.
He better have.
We love a good inside scoop.
Scoop.
So for anybody who lives under a rock and did not watch the game last week,
Or had buffalo chicken dip.
or had buffalo chicken dip, got lost in the sauce, passed out before the game started.
I didn't have buffalo chicken
Ah.
dip. I actually had I had a really nice spread though. I'm not gonna lie. There was a nice spread for the Super Bowl.
I had a plethora of buffalo chicken dip, might I tell
You,
you.
you got to give a shout out.
Shout out, what was that, Ali?
That was Kirsten.
Shout out Kirsten
Yeah.
for the buffalo chicken dip that I had on the
She
night
did
of the Super Bowl.
a great job hosting.
That is, look, fantastic job. I left there thinking that Super Bowl was really Thanksgiving. 2 full tables full of food.
Well, you know what? Because we're doing that, I'm gonna have to give a shout out to my boy Mark, man.
Let's go,
My
man.
boy Marquise threw his first ever Super Bowl party, and I gotta tell you, man, it wasn't super high key or anything like that,
Right.
but it was excellently hosted, man. We had everything we needed, from drinks
That's what you love to hear.
to ice, fantastic spread, sandwiches. There's mozzarella sticks, there's wings, there's Rasta pasta.
Sounds like you were at our.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen.
You know what I mean? So shout out to my guy. Can't wait for next year.
Look, there's certain things that people are good at. Some people are just good at hosting parties.
So
Yeah.
you gotta pride yourself in being a host.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a good host.
Me either.
I'm not. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not a good host.
Yeah.
Like, in a sense of like a party, because you'll have everything you need, but I'm gonna want you to go. You know what I mean? Like,
What do you want me to go?
like there's not a lot of downtime after like with the event.
Like after you eat or drink something, okay, so what are you about to do?
Like after the Super Bowl, there's not a lot of lingering.
It's always the most awkward interaction. Like you look at someone, damn, so what are you about to do?
I went straight home. I had
Yeah.
work the next morning. I was like, I'm going home.
Oh, you talking about Ali?
No, after the Super Bowl,
Oh yeah.
I just went home.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, I had work the next morning too.
I got stuck in one of those like late night long conversations. You know when you're like just like a late night, you're having a good party. Everybody's being responsible, but then there's always someone that lingers and has a little bit longer of a conversation.
And
with you than you
unfortunately,
expected.
it was the host.
No.
Oh, wasn't the host?
I mean, look, we were all there.
So check
Everybody
this.
left at the right time.
So check this out. So did I mention this already? I don't remember if I did about the NFL possibly going. Well, I think eventually it'll happen, going to 18 games.
That's a
Right?
lot.
in a regular season.
Yeah, because I don't think it's going to stay at 17.
I
That
was
odd.
surprised when it went to 17.
But if it does, then the Super Bowl would probably happen on this weekend, which is President's Day weekend.
Or would they start earlier in the season?
That's true too.
No, they wouldn't start before Labor Day.
That's tough.
That is tough because then you would also coincide with NBA All-Star.
Unless you
Yeah.
get rid of the bye week before the Super Bowl.
Mm.
But that's going to interfere with Pro Bowl.
I don't think they would do it just because of
TV scheduling.
TV scheduling and
It's
also
big.
just like the impact on those players' bodies for an extra
Yeah.
week.
I hear
I
you.
think it's
That's
too
not
much.
that's not just an extra week.
I
Of
mean,
games,
they don't-
It's also an extra week of practice, extra week of this.
Well, they
extra
don't
week of
practice
that.
like they used to. Let's. We know that they
What
don't.
does that mean?
Well, that's not. Practices aren't as rough.
They're
'Cause
not.
You don't want to get hurt in
They're
practice.
not.
Oh, yeah, no, they're all like
With analytics and all that stuff, with
yeah,
analytics and stuff like that, like practices aren't. There's no like they're 2 a days and stuff like that aren't. That's not like really a thing anymore. Like so.
Is 2-a-days a thing for people in the NFL ever?
Yeah.
2-a-days? I thought that was only like a high school college thing.
Nah, they used to get busy. Like old coaches like Bill Parcells and stuff like that.
I
Like,
used to have 2-a-days in high school. Those used to suck.
but anyway, so that would be a cool thing because a lot of people have off President's Day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that'd be a cool
That would
thing.
actually be really convenient.
Yeah, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen because now with all these like variables that we just pointed out, but still that'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
We were just talking about Kirsten. Shout out Kirsten again. I just want to say
just love our
how
friends.
no, because we were. This is gonna come back to her.
Let's hear it.
The Super Bowl goes into overtime.
Yeah.
Me and Kirsten were talking about like there's a lot of people that didn't know what was going on
Right.
in general about the game.
Right.
So we were explaining the Super Bowl
That
rules.
was so funny.
So me and her explaining the rules of the overtime. What's gonna happen? If somebody scores, somebody gets the ball back. I was like, how? It just came out that a lot of the 49ers players didn't know the rules.
Yeah, how could that be? That's such a
How
sorry excuse.
do me and her know the rules of overtime and they don't? That's a problem.
There was people from the 49ers saying that none of them were aware of the playoff rules, and then there was the guy from the Chiefs. I forgot what the player's name
Tranquil,
was.
Drew Tranquil,
trying to say, look, we spoke about that every week.
Listen, I don't want to hear that.
You can't not know the playoff rules in the Super Bowl.
I don't.
Especially when you made it that far in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's hard for me to believe that a professional football player doesn't know the rules of the game that he's playing.
So do you point that finger at the coach? That's the coach's fault?
I mean, listen, as there's a smart there's a, I'm probably gonna say it wrong, but there's a saying like never assume that people know. You know what I mean? Especially if you're like a teacher or a coach, or you're somebody that never assume what people know.
Right.
Always repeat. That's like a coaching thing. Like
right.
never assume that your players know. So maybe he should have, but to tell me that you didn't know the rule is like, you could say, oh, maybe we didn't go over it or something like that, blah, blah, blah. But like, you didn't know the rule at all, bro?
That's embarrassing.
That is kind of embarrassing. So that's my take on that.
That's insane to me.
That's lack of what's the word I'm looking for? Like accountability almost.
And lack of diligence, like you're not doing your homework. You yourself as a player going into going to the Super Bowl.
Listen,
this is a life change. Come on, man.
They're 53-man rosters. You're gonna tell me one of them couldn't let the rest of them know? Hey, by the way, the playoffs are like this. And they had how many weeks of the playoffs to figure that out?
4?
It's a month.
Come on now.
It's a month of practice prior to an off week because of the Pro Bowl.
Well, I took that into account in my 4.
Shout out to my boy Eric too for calling OT before the game even started for the Super Bowl.
I hope all these people are paying
like
for these shout-outs.
I like all these shout-outs. You know what? I'm just going to say this. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out, yes.
If it wasn't for my mom.
Let's clap it up for her.
Let's clap it up for
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Shout out to every mom.
Our number one listener.
Number one listener always comes to me and PD and lets us know about real feedback.
That's awesome.
Talking to me about listens to every episode. But I was going to say shout out to my mom because if it wasn't for her, then the show wouldn't be going on. So
Not at all.
Not at all, boy.
That's awesome.
What show is that from?
Ed and Eddie.
I love that show, bro. I really do. I don't know if I ever told you. I watch that show in my free time.
Like to this day?
Like to this day, if I ever get a chance, I know that there's a certain span of time that I'm not doing nothing, and like maybe I'm just sportsed out for that day.
Yeah.
Ed and Eddie.
Okay.
100%.
I hear you.
It's just one of those. I feel like there should be a part of anyone that doesn't lose touch with like their younger inner them from when they were whatever age.
I think for me now it's more like following Marvel still and Star Wars and stuff like that. I'm not too big
basketball.
On. Well, yeah, love basketball.
All right, come on, bro. What, you picked up a ball when you were a kid?
Okay.
It's a ball. It's a sport.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah.
For you, what do you? Video games, maybe?
For what?
One of those near and dear things that you learned in your youth that you enjoy to this day.
Video games and baseball.
I'm telling you, bro.
Top 2 passions.
Everybody needs that, man. I don't play as many video games, so I might watch a cartoon.
I actually do play a good amount of video games, but I thought you meant more so. I don't know, but yeah.
Cody sucks at video games.
I'm very good at a single video game,
which
and
is
any fighting video game. Honestly, I can give anybody the work in any fighting.
I don't know about that.
I could give you the work in
Tekken. I'm smoking you.
Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Super Smash.
Dead or Alive. You're out of here.
I don't know if I ever even played.
That was an Xbox one. It was good though.
I had 360.
It was on 360.
I feel like I had it and I never.
Dead or Alive was good. Dead or Alive was good. Soul Calibur. I was a big fighting game person too.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Yeah, but if you see Cody play a shooter,
it's bad. It's bad.
It looks like somebody with 2 feet.
Rough. It's rough.
Just put the assisted aim on or something.
That doesn't help him.
You know what it is?
That doesn't help him.
I'm not gonna hold you. I think that for some reason, I see games as like realistic, right? Even though I know it's a video game, Like,
you're better at
so
cartoon
zombie
fighting?
apocalypse.
so I'm better at a game that I'm just gonna punch this guy in the face and knock them out versus I'm gonna shoot him and kill him.
So zombie apocalypse
I think
don't
that's
give
what
you
it
the
is.
gun. You're gonna have like the machete
I
or
know
the
Petey's gonna love this one. Petey loves bringing this up.
Cody, can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it?
What he's gonna say?
Can I
is
say it?
false.
Can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it?
False.
Can I
but
say
I'm
it?
gonna let him say it anyway. Go ahead. Go ahead, please. Let's hear it.
I haven't even heard it. I'm already
Let's
like
hear it.
Cody.
giddy.
Cody is scared of zombies.
That's not true.
He's scared of
That's
zombies.
false information.
Well,
I'm
Scared.
not.
He's scared of them.
I don't find zombies like I don't know like
This is his
everybody
excuse.
This is me being as honest as I can with you. I had to turn the mic because I was getting hot. To me, I feel like zombies were a part of pop culture that I never found super intriguing. Like zombie movies, zombie games.
He's scared
I'm not.
of zombies.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Scared of
because
nothing.
you're over here because Cody, you're over here talking about that it wasn't like interesting to you. Petey's saying that you're scared of zombies.
Because he thinks
So-
that I'm trying to avoid them. I'm not avoiding anything. I'm just not. I'm not a zombie guy. But I like other stuff. I like vampires, werewolves, all that. I just recently watched. You ever seen the movie? We were talking about. Yo, shut up, bro.
This is the first time I
We
got
were
to
talking
turn
about
around.
Johnny Depp earlier, right? I just watched Dark Shadows recently. You ever seen Dark Shadows?
See how he's
No,
avoiding
I
the
haven't.
question?
You ever seen Dark? No. What I'm telling you is, I'm not scared of horror movies or.
I never said you were.
Freddy Krueger, but like
I already
there
said
has
you're
to
scared of
be
zombies.
there has to be a
The concept.
a tie-in as to why I'd be scared of zombies.
I don't know. I don't know why you are.
I'm
You
not.
won't admit it either.
Nah, if you want me to look, I'll let the world know. I will tell you what I am scared
Can I
of.
say it? Can I say it?
No,
Can
I'm
I say it?
scared of sharks.
He's scared of sharks.
The idea of me getting clapped by a shark is just like
You have
nah.
the
don't-
chances of that are so low.
But you know what? I'm gonna
So-
face my fear.
extremely
One
low.
day-
Even in like
one day, I'm gonna face my fear. I plan
to swim
on
with
doing
sharks.
the cage thing with the shark.
He's not doing that.
The
I will.
cage.
The cage.
He does. I don't think he realizes the
I'm one of
magnitude.
those people that I need to do it. Like,
It'll be
if you're scared of heights, I'll tell you, yo, go jump out of a plane.
That's
the
never gonna
day-
happen.
That's the day that the
What do you
freaking
If somebody is scared of heights, they're not jumping out of a plane.
But they should.
I don't think that's gonna help them. I think they'll
Why
freak
not?
out because it's like a
They'll
fear.
realize that they're fine.
It's like there's one thing is facing your fears, but there's like a difference between like something you're really scared of and doing it, which I don't think you realize what it's gonna feel like being underwater in a cage and seeing a great white shark.
a megalodon.
It's a dinosaur.
It's a shark.
It's a shark.
It's an
Is it
extinct
like-
shark.
It's an extinct shark.
We don't know if
it's
it's
gonna-
extinct.
it's
We
gonna
don't
come
know
back.
if we don't
It's
know if
gonna-
it's
I've
extinct.
seen the movie. The
It's
Meg.
gonna come back
This
just to find
guy.
Cody. It's gonna come back just to find
It's gonna-
Cody,
Look at this guy, bro.
bro. But when you see a shark face to
I'm
face,
gonna do it.
I think you're gonna shit your
I'm a
pants.
thug. I'm gonna do it.
That scuba gear is gonna be disgusting inside.
I wouldn't wish that scuba gear on anybody. Bro. Not a soul.
Oh man. But you know what? Listen, man. That's a. It's not a. Zombies are scary though.
But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not-
okay,
I'm
Cody.
Not scared of zombies.
Imagine a zombie shark.
Oh my God.
No, but look.
Oh Lord.
What I mean to say by that is like, I'm sure there's certain things in culture in general that a lot of people might like and you might think is corny. Just in general.
So you think so? Wait. So did you ever watch The Walking Dead or anything like did you?
Nah.
Great
I mean,
show.
I watched a little bit of The Walking Dead, but it wasn't like I wasn't like pulled in by it.
I Am Legend. Are those zombies?
Those are zombies.
Those are zombies.
Those
They're
are
a
zombies.
different kind of zombie.
Yeah, those are zombies though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are some scary zombies.
Yeah.
If a zombie apocalypse,
Those are like smart zombies.
if
and
a
shit.
zombie apocalypse happened and those were the zombies,
We're done.
I'm not even trying.
We're done for.
I'm not trying.
Like if you can't beat them, join them. Bite me, please.
It bites me.
Have at me now.
It bites
It'll
me.
make it easier.
David, have you seen the movie? I think we were talking about it. World War Z.
Yes. What was those zombies are
Those
nuts.
zombies.
We're done for those zombies.
I've never seen.
Those zombies. Imagine a zombie full sprint at all times.
So no, seriously, no.
Full sprint.
Think about this.
I used to think it was hilarious the noise that Black Ops zombies would make. That
This is
that's crazy.
These are real thoughts that I have. Like
hear it.
think I'm like, yo man, zombie apocalypse. Like if there was a zombie apocalypse, which one would I prefer?
I think Call
And
of Duty.
I honestly, I think The Walking Dead is the one that
Yeah.
I prefer because they're all walking. they're not smart like that. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that I would have the best chance of survival in that one. And then probably I Am Legend, one, because they don't only come out at night. So as long as you do most of your things during the day and you lock up tightly.
I can tell you've thought about this thoroughly.
Of course. But World War Z.
He has a plan, bro.
But World War Z, we're done for.
Let me ask you this. I'm going to say the zombies I would choose is the Thriller video.
They're going to be dancing.
They'll be dancing the whole time. They won't even be able to make it to you, bro. I'm going to be out there running. Dun, 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 dun. Bro, not making it.
You're in your car already. You have time to like actually like.
I filled up my tank.
You're
I
looking
got some
back.
Lunch.
The zombies are like.
That little
slide.
Like, no one can see me. No one can see me. Right,
sliding their foot the whole time. Just. That's hilarious.
Bro. But look, speaking of, took a little bit too much
Can
time.
but before we move on, can I show you a video
Please.
of the zombies in World War Z?
You're gonna show me, okay?
I just want to hear your live reaction
Okay.
to those zombies running.
Oh hell no! Yo, and they're all no. You'd be dead in a second. Hold on a second. This is what I was thinking of while we were talking about this, and I'll say this, and we'll keep on going. But not for nothing, we were having a conversation about bow-legged people. Imagine a bow-legged zombie, dude.
They in The Walking Dead, that's what they are. They
like, all just walk with a
they
limp.
stumble.
Yeah, that's stumbling.
And,
but I'm
and
talking
people
about,
are
like,
still dying in that in that situation.
I don't know.
Because they sneak up on
It's
you.
boring to me. Because you don't die.
You do die. That's not you when you're a zombie.
Zombie.
I
So
don't know.
now that's well, yeah, that's a whole nother.
When
thing
you
that we're-
the thing is when you die. So we'll talk about the.
I'll tell you this. I'd rather a movie with ghosts in it than with
See,
zombies.
I don't like a movie with ghosts.
Are you scared of ghosts?
No, I'm not scared of ghosts.
he
I
just
just
doesn't
don't
like them.
I just don't like
Okay,
them.
but how come he can just not like ghosts and I can't just not like zombies?
Because you're scared of
Then
zombies.
what's the difference?
There's a difference.
There's zero
the
difference.
difference is
there.
you're scared of zombies.
All right, let's see. Okay, do you like movies with clowns?
Yeah.
Clowns scare me.
You're
I'll-
scared of clowns.
I'll
admitted
say
it.
that. I'll say that.
Like any clown?
I think that
Or
movie.
like It, the clown?
I think well, obviously those type of clowns, but like those yeah,
Okay.
those things are those
I'm trying to
creepy,
think.
Clowns
bro.
are made
Like
for joy.
not those with sharp razor teeth or carrying around chainsaws and machetes. Those
I
aren't.
actually
That's
love
not
that
joy.
movie.
That's
the
not
only
joy.
the only movie that really like scare me and freak me out are like possession movies.
Oh yeah, like The Exorcist.
Yeah,
and
like
all
that kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah, like the people start floating out their beds and stuff
Yep.
like that. Yeah. It's
Well, I just want to make it. There's not. I don't get scared. Scary movies don't scare me. Like I don't. I actually enjoy scary movies. When I said
Yeah.
clowns, I meant like if I actually see like a real clown like that. Like I'm.
You're scared of that?
No, I'm saying like if I saw like one of these clowns from a movie, that would probably scare me more than like anything. It's like
Right,
what
right,
the hell?
right.
But scary movies don't. They don't really scare me.
I don't get scared at horror movies, but
Unless it's zombies.
I jump scare pretty easily. Like if like in a movie and like
Yeah, I don't
they'll
jump scare.
change the camera and the note will be like dun dun and be like oh I'm
Nah,
jumping.
Nah, I don't jump scare. I don't.
But if it's just like someone gets their head bitten off or whatever, then that's pretty whatever to me. To
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you. But speaking of a team that got their head bitten off,
Hey.
How's it going?
San Francisco at Kansas City, Las Vegas.
Did they bite their own head off?
Some might say Kansas City beat San Francisco 25-22 in overtime. Congrats to the Kansas City
Clapping
Chiefs.
today.
Listen, it's the end of no more football until Labor Day.
Unless you get into spring football, little what is that? UFL, United Football League.
Maybe.
When
Or
the-
if
is
the
that-
XFL comes back and does
No, it's United
Yeah,
now.
it's the
It's
UFL.
it's the UFL. So it was the XFL and what was the other league, PD?
I think they combined.
Yeah, but
I
it
don't
was,
remember
it
the
was
other one.
It was two leagues that they combined, and now it's the UFL.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does The Rock still own that?
I believe he has stake in it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking that up right now.
So that could be
The
cool.
United Football League is
Yeah.
a professional American minor football league scheduled to start. The league was created following the merger of XFL and the United States Football League.
There you go.
USFL.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Hey, man.
So that should be cool, right?
So
That'd be
I'm
interesting.
No, honestly, this is something that I'd want to know about because now, and I was excited about this even when the XFL was really a thing.
It's the same teams.
Is it the same team?
Yeah, so-
I'm a Battlehawk fan, bro.
So
Really?
funny that
St. Louis.
All right, I gotta find a team.
them. Pick a team. New York has a team.
I'm gonna find a team. I'm gonna look up some
So-
teams right now. I'm gonna find a team.
one of my boys from middle school, I went to middle school with.
Right.
He played for Penn State, got drafted or went undrafted for the NFL,
Right.
and he now plays in St. Louis on the Battlehawks.
Oh, nice.
What?
So,
Cool,
big
man.
shout out to Steven.
Let's go.
Another
Doing
clap.
big things over
What's
there.
his last name? What's his last name?
Gonzalez,
That's
Steven
dope.
Gonzalez.
Do
Yeah.
it.
big Vikings fan. But yeah, doing big things over there. Proud of him. And we're Battlehawks.
All right, so the teams are there's two conferences.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I also got it.
So
here.
the USFL conference, which has Birmingham Stallions, the Houston Roughnecks, Memphis Showboats,
That's a hard name.
Michigan Panthers, and then the XFL conference, Arlington Renegades, DC Defenders, San Antonio Brahmas, like Brahma Bull, I guess,
Yeah.
and St. Louis Battlehawks.
I'm a Battlehawks fan, bro. Straight up and down.
Memphis Showboats sounds crazy. Not
Memphis
gonna do
Showboats
it.
is really hard of a name.
Do I want to be a Houston Roughneck?
You know who was on the Roughnecks and he was balling and that's how he got his chance back in the NFL?
Who?
PJ Walker.
Really?
I remember that. I remember 2020, like prior to COVID,
Mm-hmm.
the XFL was emerging again.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, like, I couldn't quote you, but, like, the Battlehawks were on, like, a winning streak, and I was hyped because I had picked them because I thought their logo was cool.
Right.
And I stuck with them, bro, so I can't abandon them now.
So this is something that we're gonna.
we'll follow it a little bit
I
for
mean,
sure.
Yeah.
I'd be definitely down. I'd definitely be down.
New York definitely doesn't have a team either.
Well, they used to. I think when it was the XFL exclusively, it was the New York Guardians, if I'm not mistaken. I would love to look that up as well. But and before we get too far away from the Super Bowl, just to
like that
just to
blue.
throw it out there really quick, Pat Mahomes, passing leader of the game, 333 passing yards.
I said it, over 300.
The rushing leader of the game, Christian McCaffrey, over 80. The receiving leader, Travis Kelce, at 93. So this was a really good game overall. And
I mean,
one thing that I want to say this because I brought it up last week was that we said, or at least I said, and some of you agreed, some of you didn't, that if Brock Purdy had won, they would have said he didn't deserve it. But, well, you got to look at this game, and then you say to yourself, he played well. Brock Purdy, I would say, played the exact game that he needed to play other than the last drive in overtime.
I don't think that drive was on him. I mean, if you go back and look at that play, David, I don't know if you saw,
I did.
the offensive line collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, Brandon Ayuk was going to be wide open in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
The line just didn't even give him a chance to, like, by the time Ayuk made a cut, the ball's already in the air because he had to throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think it's a very different story. If that just offensive line does its job right there, I think they would have scored a touchdown. Maybe they win the game.
Just to throw it out there, Brock Purdy was 23 for 38, 255 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Is it good enough to throw the one to say you had a good game though? Like, I watching the game would say that he executed how he was supposed to based on his situation. But I wouldn't necessarily say that he balled out. He did his job.
Christian McCaffrey had how many of those receiving yards? 80?
80 receiving, 22 carries.
So how many of those were little dump offs?
A bunch of them.
Right.
A bunch of them.
So I guess, and this, I don't want it to sound like hate. He's not bad.
He's
He's not a bad quarterback, and I don't think any of us has ever said he's a bad quarterback.
I mean, I praised him all year long.
So he's not a bad quarterback. It's just I don't know if he's good enough to win. Like exactly what, almost how you said. Like nothing he did, like made me go ooh.
Yeah.
Or
He didn't have one of those wild plays he was.
You
having
know,
earlier this season.
and I feel like for you to be in that top tier, upper echelon of quarterbacks, you've got to do those ooh ah type of things, and you've got to do those ooh ah type of things in those big moments.
Yeah.
Like you saw Patty Mahomes using his feet, and he was, you know what I mean? Like there was times I'm like, yo, bro, you're not gonna slide.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? But he's like, so, and obviously we're talking about two entirely different quarterbacks when we talk about Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy. But still, though, so is there still questions about Brock? Sure. Should Brock be a 49er? Yes.
Absolutely. And he's not going anywhere.
No.
But one thing I also want to say is this, and everybody was talking about this as well. This is the best defense that Pat has ever had going into a Super Bowl.
Trent McDuffie and
They played amazing.
I got to tell you. So the fact that they were playing at peak condition, I'd say, and Brock didn't have a pick is pretty impressive.
Yeah, but Brock didn't have a pick. Why, though? A lot of those plays are designed for him not. So it was like I said before. Those plays are designed for the players. So a huge stat that was so the Chiefs, the 49ers basically were like, I don't want to say negative, but they stopped him from getting the yards after the catch.
Right.
That's what the Chiefs defense focused on. So what does that tell you? So if they were able to stop that, if they've had to focus on that, it's because that offense is designed for their players, for the stars, their skill players, to make plays. I'm going to give it to you at this. I'm going to do a 5-yard dink, right? But I expect you to get 15 yards from it.
It's like Cam Newton said, do you trust Brock Purdy to win this game? I trust his resources.
Right.
I trust who he has to make that play. I trust his Ayuk, his McCaffrey,
right.
his what
But
have
the
you.
Chiefs shut that down because they knew that Brock Purdy's not going to be the one to beat us.
I think it also hurt having Debo get hurt early on with the hamstring. He did come back in the game just because I don't think he's going to miss that. He's not going to miss a Super Bowl game. But I don't think he was playing at 100% after that.
Now, do you think that them losing Greenlaw, you think that made it?
That hurt them a lot.
I had to have.
That hurt them a lot.
You think that hurt them more on the field or more like emotionally, like mentally?
Both. More, though, I'd say physically.
Because the way he got hurt, too, was coming out the sideline, getting ready to get on.
It's hard, man.
That's tough, too.
I mean, that's the Achilles, man. That's just like.
But that's
it's
such
freak.
a.
It's always a freak. It's always a freak movement.
That's such a tough injury, man.
Like you're hurting it on like.
And I know it must have been
contact.
killing him.
Yeah, like everything about that injury, because he was hyped to get onto the field.
That's
Like
how he hurt himself. He was jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Before. Sad video.
Tough.
I want fun little tidbit for you guys. The rushing leader of the Chiefs, Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
I told you he was out there.
Pacheco didn't have a great game.
No, he didn't.
66 rushing yards.
Yeah, man, he was out there getting it.
Yeah.
That's
Patty.
That's kind of
Now,
wild.
let me ask you this question.
Patty was cooked during the parade too. Cooked. I saw that video.
He's out there playing how Lamar should have.
Yeah. Running in when he had to.
Whoa.
That one.
So let me ask you this question. I think this should be, but I think this will be the worst receiving core Mahomes is gonna have for a while. Right?
If the Chiefs as an organization value him, yes.
He shouldn't have a worse receiving option.
Oh no, they're gonna go out and get somebody.
He doesn't deserve anything lateral to the value that he has.
So
right now.
now that he's won,
if they make no changes, it's an insult.
They will.
So he's won a chip with his number one receiver being Rashee Rice.
Mm-hmm.
Like wide receiver.
Yeah.
Right.
Next year, Rashee Rice is still gonna be there, obviously. If they make a move, are they instantly favorites again?
I don't see why they shouldn't be.
It depends on the move.
Look,
Let's say
Michael Pittman.
Let's say they add a little
dynasty now.
Michael Pittman. How about a T. Higgins?
Oof. I'm any one of those guys will.
stop with the T. Higgins,
I'm
bro.
t-
It
I'm
makes
just-
my skin.
I'm
Do you not think T. Higgins is good?
No.
Why?
Because he has Joe Burrow and he still plays like that, bro.
Now
Joe
give T.
Burrow's
Higgins.
hurt.
Oh
and he
man.
also had
It's because you got Joe
all year long. Your boy Jake Browning had Jamar Chase still looking like that guy.
Because it's Jamar
So,
Chase, though.
Is that your excuse for why he should be a better player on any other team? Is because Jamar Chase is the one?
Oh, he's like a 1-1. He's like a.
No, I understand. But does that devalue T. Higgins, or does that mean that he's gonna fill in that same role to another number one receiver somewhere else?
Well, T. Higgins, I think his biggest issue is more so his health, like injury wise.
Right. Which is unfortunate.
Right, and that's not something that you can necessarily. I mean, you can control it to a point, I guess, but also to his defense, Jamar Chase is really, really good, and he's open a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he gets open. So, and even if he's not necessarily wide open or anything like that, you got a little window. You kind of but you put T. Higgins over there with Rashee Rice and Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, guarantee you T. Higgins.
So I had to pull it up.
Yeah,
wide receiver free agents this coming off season.
Mm-hmm.
Who should the Chiefs go after?
Mm-hmm.
You got T. Higgins. I think they should go after him.
Mm-hmm.
You got Michael Pittman Jr. I think you go all out on him.
Yeah.
I don't think they could afford him.
They definitely can.
They can, and they can restructure with Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's willing to do that.
I think you make a move him.
He
probably is.
He is.
Michael Pittman's dumb nice.
You have Mike Evans.
Oh.
It's hard for me to see him leave, but
I think that he should end as a Buccaneer. Yeah. I think that he should retire there. He'll be the leading receiver. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. He'll stamp it. He won a Super Bowl there. I think he should stay.
All right, I'm gonna fly it through the West a little bit. You got Hollywood Brown. Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
Darnell Mooney.
Gabe
Davis.
Oh, you know how I feel about Gabe.
Odell Beckham.
Don't get me started with Brandon Cooks.
Tyler Boyd. Curtis Samuel. You know, now it's just we're getting into like the.
I mean, listen.
If I was the
anybody's better than MVS.
But
right?
I think the Chiefs need to get either T. Higgins or Pittman.
Well, it's interesting because you said T. Higgins and you said Tyler Boyd, and that's two of the three receivers that make up their receiving core.
From the Bengals, yes.
So, to me, I see them only letting go of one or the other. So they can either say, okay, T. Higgins is valuable to us.
T. Higgins is gonna want number one. Boyd. T. Higgins is gonna want number one money.
Do you think he deserves it?
Injury's been rough.
That's what
I'm saying, bro.
It's hard.
It's like it's a stop.
It's hard, but that's why I think that they'll probably keep Tyler Boyd over Higgins. They'll let a team overpay for Higgins. You know what I mean? It'll be one of those things. They'll let a team overpay. So if you're gonna already overpay, if you're already, then just go for MPJ.
Here's my plan: Jake Browning, T. Higgins team up, and they both go to Washington. Now, Jake Browning's a starting quarterback. He has a receiver he's familiar with the rest of the Washington team. Curtis Samuel as the number 2. You got Antonio Gibson, and what's the name of the other running back that they have that's stupid nice?
Couldn't tell you.
Antonio Gibson, and they have
Brian Robinson Jr.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That'd be a little team right there.
A team that'll not make the playoffs.
Hey man, I want to see Washington do something.
Oh, so was this true? I don't know. Something about AJ Brown. Something going on with AJ Brown over there in Philly.
I hadn't heard anything. What did you hear, David?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna let you guys continue while I make sure because I don't want to give.
Surrounding a potential trade in the offseason, most people say that Philadelphia Eagles and All-Pro wide receiver AJ Brown is not interested in separating ways just yet. That's what it says on EaglesToday.com.
All right.
Well, that would be something if he also got out of there, because if for any reason he wanted to leave, that is somewhere I could probably see Pittman.
In Philly?
In Philly. Team him up with Devontae Smith.
You already have AJ Brown there.
I said if AJ Brown was traded.
Yeah, if he was traded. Well,
I don't think he gets traded.
So what do we think the Chiefs are gonna do?
I think they're gonna go out. They need to go out and get a top tier receiver.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good enough defense.
You don't believe in Rashee Rice could be a 1?
Not right now. He shouldn't be.
He deserves to be
But
the number 1 on
No,
that team.
he shouldn't be. I
You
don't.
don't
I think
think
he's.
so?
I
Next
think,
year?
I think Rashee Rice is exactly what you want from number 2. I think that's who you want. He's a Devontae Smith.
That's disrespectful to him, I feel like.
No, Devontae Smith's a great player.
Also, speaking of disrespectful,
Devontae Smith is a good
McCole
player.
Hardman caught that last touchdown. It was very bittersweet in my heart.
Why?
Can we talk about what he said preseason? Can I say it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Go crazy.
Preseason, they asked the locker room. McCole Hardman said, "It's gonna be us against the Niners in the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna catch a touchdown and win the game." And boy, was he right.
He didn't say to catch a touchdown.
He did.
and win
Go
the
back.
game.
Go back and listen to it
He
later.
said that they were going to go to the Super Bowl.
He said he was going to catch a touchdown.
I watched the Hard Knock episode.
Watch it
Petey.
again. He said he was going to catch a touchdown and win the game.
Listen, man.
Listen, it wasn't. I don't care because McCole Hardman wasn't doing anything for us.
Were we using him properly? Though?
Well,
You couldn't use any receiver properly with that quarterback.
Exactly my point. It didn't matter who we put out there, and it wasn't going to make a difference because we didn't have anybody to throw them the ball.
Who's better, him or Alan Lazard? Tell me right now.
Depends on who's throwing the ball.
Aaron, let's say.
Lazard.
Any other quarterback? Probably Hardman.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't
McCole
know.
Hardman does. He had one play, bro.
Harmon got traded off.
He
the
had
Chiefs
one play.
initially
No,
for
he
a
caught
reason.
the bomb. He caught the Mahomes threw a bomb.
But that's
like-
what McCole Hardman is not like a. He's a slot guy, right? He's not like a top receiver or anything like that. Like
No.
I think he could be if he was on the right team.
No.
no, I don't.
be.
I
No,
don't think
he's
so
not.
You don't
either.
think so?
No, because then we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. It would be Rashee Rice and McCole Hardman killing the league, but they're not.
That's true.
Look, I love Rashee Rice, but he shouldn't be number 1 on the Chiefs right now. I think they need to make a big move and pair him up with somebody else and give Mahomes more weapons to use.
I'll put it to you like this.
I don't think.
Imagine Mahomes with an A.J. Brown.
For some.
Oh my
But
goodness!
for some wild reason,
Because Kelsey's not going anywhere.
for some insane reason, let's say hypothetically that they don't get another receiver next year, who do you call their number 1?
It
Him.
is. I'm not saying he's not, but
Well-
he shouldn't be. They need to make a move.
Yeah, I mean, if you have no choice, then obviously he's your number 1.
Just
but
like he was this year.
but if they have the money, which I believe they do, and if they don't have enough, they can always restructure with Pat and things like that. But
Then
if they can go,
Tony.
He's probably cut already. They probably
Yeah.
let him know, pack your bags, you're not coming back.
Oh, I would wanted to.
his
talk
key
about
card
this
didn't work
also.
when he came into the facility.
Look, speaking of getting cut,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, Jimmy Garoppolo was suspended for the first 2 games of next season due to the enhancing drug policy for players.
He's got to do something.
He's expected to be dropped by the Raiders
All that,
fairly soon.
and he didn't play.
I think they're happy with O'Donnell over there.
No, they'll probably draft a QB. You don't think so? Or try to?
Can I bring something up?
Yeah.
Because maybe it's just me as a baseball head. Maybe, I mean, David, you'd probably know more for basketball side of it.
Yeah.
They only get a 2-game suspension for using steroids?
There's not that many games.
That's still two weeks?
Yeah, that seems a little.
That's very soft. In baseball, you miss half a season.
But hold on, they didn't say steroids. They said
PEDs.
Yeah.
But I think they all fall under usually the same bracket.
You call it what it is, but if you don't know what it is, you call it a PED.
A PED suspension in baseball, always,
PED with the PED.
it's half a season. You lose out half the season.
But it's a lot more common in baseball. Like
Yeah.
I
Not
could
as
see
much
that.
anymore.
No, obviously not as much anymore. But there was a time where it was a huge
Yes,
problem,
yeah.
right?
Well, it
Steroid
depends on the
So-
player also because
No.
D-Hop had gotten 6 games this year.
I think that's like
Oh,
half the season.
see.
So I think it's a per scenario situation, maybe depending on what it was, maybe depending
Maybe it
on
was something
how long
smaller.
they were found to have had it or have used it. You don't know. You don't know what goes behind closed doors.
Who knows what's going on?
I mean, I guess that's up for us to figure out as
Well,
the week progresses.
if
and
the
see we
Raiders-
can collect more information on that.
If
but
the Raiders drop him, that suspension will look a lot longer anyway because he's not going to be playing. Who's going out and running to go get Jimmy Garoppolo?
nobody at this point.
Not
no.
me.
Not
Now when
hit-
Baker Mayfield's a free agent.
And this point, can
Can we talk about that, David?
I still think that Russell Wilson should go to the Raiders.
So we all know
Baker,
we all
Baker.
know of PD's affinity with Baker Mayfield.
Baker, money maker.
Correct.
I'm the
Baker
number one fan.
Mayfield is now going into the league, coming into this next season as a free agent.
Yep.
Right.
Now, the question is, with the Buccaneers having the most cap space in the NFC South with $47.1 million available,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
do they re-sign Baker? And if they do, for how much? Petey.
I'm thinking he's going to ask for 3 years.
Okay.
Minimum? I think...
Give the first number you gave, that outlandish number that you gave in the first
I don't think
time.
it's outlandish.
Okay, give it
Say
to
it
him.
again.
Say it again.
3 years, $70 million.
No.
Oof, that's
No.
not what you
That's
said.
not what you said before.
75.
No.
Oh, wow, $5 million more. Okay, 3 years, 75.
Okay, you're out of your mind. All right.
I don't think I am.
By $5 million or by not, you're out of your mind.
I think he's getting $70 million.
I'll bet you money, and we could stamp it right.
So
here.
we doing over and under 70 for no matter how long the contract is length,
a 4-year,
and he won't get
and
70.
it might be under 70.
I think you're crazy.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because what did we just talk about? He's a free agent. Who else is a free agent on that team? Mike Evans.
I'm not saying he's getting paid
You
by
gotta pay
no.
one of them.
But I'm not
You
saying
won't pay
I'm not saying
both of them.
I'm not saying the Buccaneers are paying him 75. I'm saying he's making it where he goes.
So you think he might end up somewhere else?
I'm
getting
saying he's
70
getting
million.
75 million. I don't know where.
All right, I bet you money. They pay Mike Evans, and then they keep Baker, and he takes a pay cut to stay on the Bucs because they made it so far.
If he takes a pick up, that's up to him. He is the maker.
Well, then that's not how much it gets paid in
He's
the
the money
contract.
maker.
I don't
All
want
right,
to hear
so-
that. I don't want to hear that, PD. Don't
all right.
switch up on me now.
All right, so wait.
So I got a list here. I was trying to look up the starting quarterbacks in the NFL, right? All of their contracts.
Yeah.
So if I go, so you got somebody like Drew Lock making $4 million a year, right?
Okay.
I want to get Drew Lock. Baker Mayfield's better than Drew Lock. So let
Yeah.
me
Yes.
let me find somebody. Oh, relax, PD.
Yeah.
Let me find somebody
Don't
that's
do
made.
that.
Who do you think's equivalent, PD? Give me a.
The first thing I thought of was Russell Wilson last year.
So Russell. Well, that's I can't because Russell Wilson's getting
Last
paid
year, Russell
way.
Wilson sucked.
Yeah, he's getting $49 million a year. He's not, and he's overpaid. He was overpaid. We all knew he was overpaid when he signed that contract the first time. We were like, damn, he's getting that much. So give me another one.
Jordan Love.
No.
Jordan Love's making $13 million.
And he's on a still rookie contract too.
So
Oh, okay.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is better than Baker Mayfield.
I think they're in the same.
Trevor Lawrence is
Bracket.
$9 million. This
But he's
this
still-
year though, but no, yeah, he's gonna total guaranteed 36. Yeah, so
The best I can give you is Jared Goff. I know Jared Goff's slightly better. I don't think it's by a lot.
All right, I'll put it to you like
How
this.
much is Jared Goff?
Jared Goff averages is $33 million
There
a
you
year.
go. I think
Total
Baker gets 20.
guaranteed. Total guaranteed 110.
And I'm saying Baker gets 20.
I got one. Baker Mayfield this year compared to Daniel Jones last year.
How much is Daniel Jones making?
Daniel Jones is at $40 million a year.
That's good for you. I'm giving you an example.
That's what I'm
Let me
saying.
throw you the alley.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying, man. Look, other than that, I feel
I
like
think
every,
Baker gets
every other
25 a
quarterback-
year. I think he gets 25 a year.
25 a year.
Yeah.
So he's making Geno Smith money.
As he should.
I think Gino also just secured a little bag from Seattle himself. Did you guys hear about that?
What's Geno
Well,
Smith
that's what I'm
making?
saying, right?
What's his
Geno Smith,
contract?
25, $40 million a year.
40 for
Oh, no.
Geno?
So $40 million guaranteed, 25 a year. Total value, $75 million.
I think it's going to be something very similar to that.
Okay.
Very similar, but for with a third year maybe, is what I'm thinking.
So Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is making 35.
Yeah, no, I'm saying 25.
25?
A little less than Kirk Cousins. I think that's really realistic.
All right, so that's Jimmy. All right, so
Listen
Jimmy.
to this.
That's Jimmy Garoppolo. That's Geno Smith.
Yep, there you go.
That's Ryan Tannehill. Well, Ryan
That-
Tannehill was actually making 29, but
That's a crime.
that is a crime.
Big Tyson.
But that's about it. Everybody
If-
else is like, because Tua's gonna be making 30.
So here's the thing: if Ryan Tannehill's making 29, Baker's probably going to be asking for 30.
But then you got Tyler Heineke making 7. Well, he's still on that rookie.
Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, Mike Evans is a little old.
Oh, now you're thinking.
Well, but look, before I get into that, I did want to bring up this article that actually came out today, or yesterday rather, about Geno Smith, just to put us in a little perspective of how much money Geno Smith is making right now as a starter. So, quarterback Geno Smith, who has $12.7 million on his contract that is set to become fully guaranteed Friday, was informed Thursday that he will remain on Seattle's roster through this week. Smith's contract calls for his $12.7 million base salary for next season to become fully guaranteed. So that means that even though his contract was X amount, he also got more guaranteed money than he initially was offered, which is good. So now, I don't know. I think Geno Smith is in a whole bracket of himself.
I don't think so. I don't think he's that far ahead of Baker Mayfield.
Seattle decides that he's equally as talented as Drew Lock, which I doubt. I don't see him leaving Seattle for a long time. So then I guess next year would be the year for Drew Lock to prove to him or the league if he is anywhere close to the Baker Mayfields or anyone else fighting for a contract this year coming up.
I think there's a lot of teams looking for a QB. I think Baker's getting paid. I mean,
Baker money maker.
The QB, let's think QB free agents real quick. We have what? Kirk Cousins. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jake Browning.
Yep.
Anybody relevant I'm missing?
Well, there was a list we went through.
Yeah, but it wasn't great. Remember, there was a big fall off between Kirk Cousins and
then it was like Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, so like if you're if we assume Kirk Cousins is going back to the Vikings.
Here you go. Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, Jacoby Brissett, Mitch Trubisky, Tyrod Taylor, Marcus Mariota, Sam Darnold, Drew Lock, Baker Mayfield, Gardner Minshew, Teddy Bridgewater, Joe Flacco, and then the list just goes
am I that crazy to say Baker's the second best on that list?
No.
Who's the first? Would you say?
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, if Kirk Cousins come back from this injury though,
well,
isn't it kind of scary that like we have Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers suffering the same injury, coming back from not a lot of gameplay, so it's kind of hard to skew the ranking of all these players coming back, because you could argue, and I would agree with you if you said that Kirk Cousins was a better quarterback based on his past. But just like in any sport, you don't know what the future foresees, especially with an older player coming off an injury they haven't experienced before.
I just think there's a lot of variables for Baker getting paid. I think we have Denver, Tampa Bay, obviously.
Yeah.
The Patriots.
Denver's gonna try to do something in the draft. I don't see them going out.
But
and
that's still, a team looking for a quarterback.
Yeah.
You have them, Tampa Bay, the Patriots. Indianapolis. Oh well, you have AR coming back. But look, you have three teams in the Vikings, because they don't know if they're gonna get Cousins back.
Let me ask you this:
there's gonna be at least 2 to 3 teams fighting for Baker Mayfield
on this list, right? I'm thinking of 2 quarterbacks, and I want you guys to answer me on this. Who do you think deserves a starting position more come next season? Ryan Tannehill, or Jake Browning?
Jake Browning.
But Ryan Tannehill's gonna have a starting position.
Yeah.
The Steelers are probably gonna sign him. That's the word around
I
town.
See that.
And I see it happening. Ryan Tannehill ran the play action pretty well, and they got some pretty good running backs over there. So yeah. But real quick question on the topic of like quarterbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know that Petey's a Giants fan. So I was listening to the radio the other day. Sorry, it wasn't the radio. It was Get Up. And I believe Tannenbaum made a little, like a fantasy, I guess, kind of a trade. And he said that the Browns should try to trade Deshaun Watson, or however you want to put the Giants should try to trade Daniel Jones to get Deshaun Watson.
Nope. No, thank you.
No, you're out of your mind.
I'm not out of my mind.
You are out of your mind.
You're out of your mind.
Listen.
No.
And this is exactly.
I don't want him.
Yo, David is a devious person, bro. He looks at me and you. He's like, yo, they're too peaceful. Let me throw a little like ninja star at their face while I'm sitting here, just see if we can get back into this, bro. Deshaun Watson's ceiling is like a skyscraper compared to anything that Daniel Jones has proven to us in the NFL thus far.
Okay, but his ceiling was 4 years ago, 18 sexual allegations ago.
19?
Yeah, thank you.
Listen,
I don't want that on my team.
I'm not.
I don't think it's worth it, especially when you look at the contract that he signed on. Can we talk about that, David?
I got the numbers right here. Give me 2 seconds.
All right,
I
you wanna
have
talk
the
about
number
people
right-
that don't deserve their contract. How about Daniel Jones?
Yeah, but why get a quarterback?
Since we're
with more-
talking about quarterbacks that don't deserve the contracts that they were given,
But why take away a quarterback you're overpaying for?
I'll put it to you like this:
Another quarterback who's getting.
Deshaun Watson.
Let me talk.
All right,
Let
go
me
ahead.
talk.
Go ahead.
Why get rid of a quarterback that you drafted and paid? You can say he's overpaid. Fine.
46 mil.
Yeah. Why
That's
would?
the same as
200,
Daniel Jones.
230 million guaranteed.
That's way too much money
That's wild.
that I don't want.
That's a lot of money.
With everything that happened with him, especially after the season I saw last year come from him,
He got injured.
he was not good before the injury. He was not looking
He
good.
wasn't great.
He was
No.
rusty.
He was playing better than Daniel Jones.
I think they're playing about the same.
Okay.
I don't think it was that big of a difference
If
for
they're
me.
playing about the same, then you'd rather someone that's a little closer to living up to how much they were paid.
I don't think he's any close to living up to how much he's being paid. I don't think Deshaun Watson.
They didn't get a chance to. I'm going to tell you just like this right now. When they both got paid, Deshaun Watson deserved it way more than Daniel Jones deserved it.
I don't think he did.
Allegations aside.
I don't think he did.
Allegations aside. Because you can't.
You can't put that to the
Yes,
side.
Look, I'm
You
not.
can't. You can't put that to the side
Why?
because no, there's no.
Someone can. He got paid. He's in the NFL.
That was not.
If he can be back in the NFL anyway, then it doesn't matter. Right? Because now he's here. The same way that Ben beat all those allegations and he had a chip. Straight up and down. That's the equivalent of who we have today facing in the NFL.
Two wrongs
This
don't make
is
a
that
right.
controversial quarterback that every generation has and says, oh, or star player, let's say. You know, it doesn't have to be a quarterback. That goes through an allegation. Or
19.
What?
19 allegations. It's not a allegation.
I'm not arguing that what he did wasn't horrible. It was. But
Freak boy.
there's a lot of players that have done a lot of messed up stuff, and people seem to look past that. Perfect example, right? Tyreek Hill. There's all those allegations of him putting his hand on his woman.
Yeah.
He was in the MVP race this year.
I mean, yeah.
Where's your argument about that? You don't want Tyreek Hill on your team? Tell me that. Tell me that.
That's
What's the difference? What's the difference?
one's better than the other.
Okay. What? But now that
No.
now that he's worth the money because he's that nice, I want him.
But I just no. But I
Don't
don't
talk about an
I don't,
allegation
No,
then.
I just don't.
Doesn't
see,
make any sense.
I don't see the reason in trading Daniel Jones to get Deshaun Watson, which I didn't seem. He did not impress me at all, even when he played last year.
Okay, how about every other year before that?
What year? The 2 years he missed because he was had 19 allegations.
Listen,
The last time he played was 2020. Before this year.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I think that the truth is that, what? Oh, we're pausing it, I guess. Why? What happened?
We're not pausing. No, we're gonna keep it going.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Look,
Oh, okay. I didn't know what was going on. People started moving around. I got a little distracted.
yeah, you freaked out.
No, bro.
I don't want the trade. It's a dumb trade. It's not gonna happen.
It's not a dumb trade.
It's a dumb trade.
It's not a dumb trade.
Why take an extra year of Deshaun
You
Watson?
can get rid of the fat contract that you
and
have
get a
with this
fatter one.
bum that is
and
Daniel
get
Jones.
a fatter one.
For a better player.
He's not that much better.
Look at me right now and tell me that Deshaun Watson's career is less impressive than Daniel Jones'
I'm not
career
talking about
thus
his past.
far.
I'm not talking about his
Why
past.
not?
I'm talking about
That's-
because the
How
contract
else
is
do
for
you
the
value-
future.
Hold on. I don't want to start yelling at both our mics and no one can understand us. How do you value a player and how much he's worth getting paid? Tell
I'm
me.
gonna value off the
Based on
season.
his career.
No, off the season I just saw.
What
Which
have
I
you-
know he was hurt.
What have you done for me lately?
What has he done for?
Okay, if they've done... Okay, I'm going to go exactly with what you said. If they played about the same this year up until their injury, right? That's what you said? How else would you value them? If not everything before that.
Yeah, but I saw what he did. Last
Right.
year.
That made you smirk. I saw it, PD.
I was distracted.
I'm making sense.
You're not.
And you're upset.
No, I'm
And
not.
That's okay. I forgive
I
you.
am gonna look at what he did last season, even though he got hurt and it was not impressive. I don't want more money on the books, and I don't want an extra year.
I'll put it like this.
So,
Deshaun
quick
Watson.
question. So, let's say the Giants. Let's say this fantasy. Obviously, this is just speculation,
It's all
right?
hypothetical.
This is nobody's talking about this. This isn't something that's out in the air. This is just something that an analyst made a suggestion about. I want to make that clear, right?
Yeah.
This trade.
Right.
So with that being said, let's say they make the trade, right? Now they're able to use some of the draft capital that they have. They go out and get another receiver like a Rome Odunze. They end up keeping. They end up keeping. But no. But listen, I'm not saying that you can't.
Right.
But they end up keeping like Saquon and everything. Do you truly believe that in that quarterback position that Danny Dimes will do just as well, if not better, than if Deshaun Watson
I'm not
had those?
I'm not saying he'd do better. I just don't think Deshaun Watson would be a massive upgrade with how much more you have to pay, how many more issues come with that signing. Because whether you want to talk about it or not, there are issues when a team goes out and has somebody of that history and an extra year on the books. You're bringing that in, and then you still have to pay Saquon. You're talking about the draft moves like
Right.
that. It's still, I don't think it makes any sense.
Well, I think everybody in the league knows that when a player has issues,
Cleveland was not happy
Listen,
when they got Deshaun Watson.
but listen to me. I'm agreeing.
Cleveland
with you.
fans.
But what the NFL knows is that when a player has external issues, a lot of times they end up on the Browns. It's just facts. Kareem Hunt, after he kicked that girl in the face, starting on the Browns. For real. Deshaun Watson. Odell had just been coming off all that, banging the locker rooms, punching a hole in the wall, and fighting with the net on the Giants sideline.
Okay.
He ended up in Cleveland. I mean,
Johnny Manziel.
dude,
Yeah.
like, come on, bro.
Probably one of the biggest ones.
They're turning their eye to these things because they recognize that these players are still potentially
Yeah, but what did
nice.
any of those players they
But
list do for them?
That is
Nothing.
why I'm agreeing with you
Nothing.
that it probably will not happen because that is why Deshaun Watson is in Cleveland to begin with.
The Browns are stuck with him.
They're stuck with him, and you know what? They paid him, so now it's the contract plus the perfect location for him. He's probably.
I
not gonna
will
go
say
anywhere.
this. I will say
But the Giants
this.
would be better off with him.
I will say this, and this has nothing to do with because when I judge players, to me, it's all about the players. You know what I mean? Like, yes, there are obviously some things that you could do outside of the game that make me look at you like, oh, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when it comes to just football, though, I would like to see Deshaun Watson be good again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would like to see him be good again because he was nice when he was nice. So,
All right. Well, I like that. I mean, honestly, man, I'm glad that we got into a little conversation like outside the Super Bowl because everybody watched it. Everybody knew what it was. I mean, it's kind of sad that like everybody was making those excuses about like
the over under on Taylor Swift being shown was at 4.5.
It felt like 20.
I believe they showed her 6.
Oh, that's it.
which is still way more than it needed to be. But with that being said, I feel like
I think David's got one more thing for us.
Do I now?
You want to talk about the QBs to win their first Super Bowl, maybe?
I mean, hey,
If you want to run through that real quick.
we can run through it. All right, so
quick little run.
So, in my in my constant search for new things to talk about, also just because I truly love sports, clearly, right? So, cool little debate. Who do we think out of these QBs is gonna win their first Super Bowl first? We've got Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, or Justin Herbert.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If they get one more piece in Green Bay, I'm gonna say Jordan Love.
I'm gonna use your same reasoning. I want to say Purdy because they are set up to win one. But if the Ravens get one more piece, the Ravens. Look how far they came this year without, they got more out of their receivers than I thought they would.
No faith in Odell.
No, not
No.
at this point in his career.
Odell's good for some really good looking cleats.
Yeah,
Those Allen Iverson cleats he had.
A
on
nice
that one
haircut.
day.
Some of those things are fire. He be coming out with some.
And-
Was it Odell that came out with the Chrome Hearts cleats? I'm like, oh my goodness. Sorry, Petey. Go
I
ahead.
think so. Yeah.
Well, their running back situation's been a little rough,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I think if you add a piece here and there, that's a team that can win it.
I hope that Lamar gets another chance.
I think he will.
So the list in order was how I said it. They got Jordan Love winning one first. Brock Purdy at 2, Joe Burrow at 3, Lamar Jackson at 4, and Herbert at 5.
Joe Burrow needs to prove himself to me right now.
Yeah.
He does.
Joe Burrow's a great quarterback. He just got to stay healthy.
He wasn't looking great to start the
But
season.
you know what? He got paid, and
Yeah.
then, we always talked about it. What happens to a player when they get paid, whatever. But
They get lazy.
they kind of showed that with Jake Browning, if he kind of had his head on straight, maybe prepared for a whole season of potentially starting, they might be able to do the same thing. All those, like, you want to talk about a low key, I wouldn't call them low key because they went to that Super Bowl, but like a team that is pretty set on every position other than probably having a top 5 tight end.
Mm-hmm.
They got Joe Mixon and Jamar Chase and then Joe Burrow. You know what I mean? Like, they're kind of set.
I'm still putting Jordan Love at 1, but I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson at 2. I'm gonna do Justin Herbert at 3.
Ugh.
You think Herbert gets
They're
a ring
crazy.
before Brock Purdy?
Not if he's on the Chargers, he's not.
Let me tell you something. I think that Jim Harbaugh is gonna go over there, and I think he's gonna do good things, man. Like really good things.
I don't think he's gonna be that good. I can't take as much as I love Herbert. I can't.
They have a good team over there in the Chargers. They were just
I
poorly
can't take the
coached.
Chargers over the Niners.
Let me tell you something, though. They have Austin Eckler's a great running back.
No, he's not.
You think so?
No, not
Also-
on my fantasy team.
Also a
Is that
free
his
a-
fault or the O-line?
also a free agent.
We're gonna talk about that next week.
Austin
That's a
Eckler?
fact.
Austin
Yeah.
Eckler's a free
Yeah.
agent?
Yep.
I wouldn't leave right now if I was him. And if I was Harbaugh, I wouldn't let him
People are
leave either.
people
What
are
do you
saying he
mean?
may retire.
Are you kidding me? Harbaugh wants Saquon.
People are saying Eckler might retire. He might call it quits.
He should. He didn't do a damn thing.
I didn't want him to finish on this note. I liked Austin Eckler.
He has
Yeah,
time.
when he was good, and it was an Achilles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
It's that injury, man.
it's tough.
If it affects him, imagine how it's gonna affect Kirk. That was his Achilles, right?
Yep.
Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins. Imagine how it's gonna affect.
and
Kirk.
Greenlaw. Look at that.
Right,
and
well-
Aaron Rodgers.
Talking about Achilles booming. Let's go to our boom bust.
Here we go.
Here we go.
There you go.
Petey loves to talk about himself.
Well, you're a part of it too. You just don't win it.
Whoa, okay. There was no
Whoa.
need for a jab,
Whoa.
Mr. Daniel Jones over.
I'm
Deshaun
not
Watson
gonna
over
lie. I'm not gonna lie. This is bittersweet because I did enjoy the boom bust.
This is
Hey,
the last
thank
one.
you.
We have our final score after this.
Appreciate that. Oh man, so this is tallied.
This is tallied.
Oh,
Unless
my
the
God.
people want a boom bust for some basketball and things
we
like
could
that.
do
But you know.
we're gonna have a whole different score.
little keeping score boom bust.
Oh.
Oh man.
Cody, you want to start us off for your first boom?
Start us off. My boom was Brock Purdy.
Mhm.
And not needless to say, we spoke about it. He didn't have a great game. He had
Yep.
a good game. Averaging 18.5. I said the over. He had 15.33, so that's an L on my side, unfortunately, but here you go.
Well, I had the other quarterback. Some guy named Patrick.
The safety blanket, as some might call him.
He's averaging 17.5.
Yeah.
Ball down gave me 31.91.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Talk about a
Shit.
safety blanket there.
Now, I was right on this one.
Yeah.
Since everybody wants to highlight my faults, let's give me my flowers. How about some of that?
It was Valentine's Day the other day.
It was
Yeah.
Valentine, and I was on my certified lover boy Drake
Oh,
activity.
we
But
were
we'll
aware.
get into that later. Not too much now, David. Isaiah Pacheco against the 49ers, averaging 15.3.
This was a interesting one.
Everybody
at the
said
time.
this was a bold one.
It was.
Didn't you tell me that?
I
A
did.
bold one. And you know what?
I saw what he did last
What
year.
did we say before? Rushing leader was Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
He got 12.2 this game. So, he did exactly what I said he was going to.
Well, my last one. David called it out for me last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Brandon Ayuk.
How did you feel about his Isaiah?
I liked it.
Did you justice?
I think it did.
I practice in my room at night.
I bet you do.
He comes out the shower. He has a towel on his hair. I'll see. No!
What's not good enough?
Slaps himself in the face. Come on!
So,
I'll see.
Brandon Ayuk averages 15.6. I said it last week. There's too many weapons on that team.
Yep.
He was the one that was going to see the ball least.
Yep.
And boy, did he see the ball least.
Boy, did he.
I think he had 3 catches. Didn't do
Brandon
anything
Ayuk.
else. He had 6.8, and he busted.
Tragic.
So
Tragic,
that
man.
brings us to the final score of Season 1 of Boom and Bust.
Let's hear it.
Hey now.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
You want to do record or points?
Let's do points.
Okay. So
Insert drum roll.
insert drum roll, please. I had 20 points.
Okay.
20 corrects, if you will.
Okay. And then I had.
Cody had 10 points.
Hooray! Double digits.
And that's with your 2-point bonus.
You
Oh.
have to say
I
that.
had to say
You
that.
have to say
I did have to
That's
say that.
unnecessary a little bit.
So if
Yeah.
you're keeping track at home, the final record I was 20-8. Cody was 8-20.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. I don't appreciate your tone.
Out of your
And
28 picks,
on
you got
that-
8 right.
On that end of it, hopefully by the next time we come around, there's gonna be a whole season worth of boom and busts, and I'm taking the W next year.
We'll see.
Believe that.
We'll
Stamp
see.
it right here.
So here at Keeping Score, you know, I love basketball. All of the people know.
Right.
Was that what I was supposed to do?
What do you mean?
Why are you looking at me like that?
No, you were talking. I was listening.
No, but the way you're looking at me was like,
I think he's just intrigued.
No, yeah, I'm on my toes, bro.
I don't know. Listen.
to...
Well, listen. Here at Cody's Corner, we keep it transparent. We had some technical difficulties, and I had a little stuck on what I was trying to come back at him with.
That's okay, because here we are, ready for keeping score.
Play the music.
We don't have to pause for real. We can keep going, guys. We have technology.
We're just here
Alright.
nodding our heads. For
Yeah.
4 seconds.
Oh man. So anyway,
If I close my eyes, I can hear the jingle in my mind.
this is just, there's not a whole lot of things going on in basketball right now, other than because of the All-Star weekend. So there's not a lot of games going on. But there are a couple of things I do want to talk about. First and foremost,
Right.
the Lakers, since LeBron has put out that little hourglass tweet, the Lakers have gone 6-2.
All right. Shout out to Lake Show.
So
Can we
So,
talk
you know-
about how the Warriors are trying to make a trade for LeBron James?
that
That's kind of crazy.
was never gonna happen, and that just shows the desperation that Golden State has to stay. You know,
They're at the tail end of their like dynasty.
well, they did that to themselves. That's what I was trying to get at. They hemorrhaged themselves because you give Clay, coming off of an injury, a contract. He gets injured again. Then you re-sign Draymond for like $100 million. Not saying that he's not an important player, but he's getting older and
Right.
things like that. He's also come with his other problems, his external problems and stuff like that, right? Like,
Right, like punching Jordan Poole.
yeah, and getting crazy and choking Rudy Gobert and
Right.
and whatever he did to Yusuf Nurkic. So I think that was just some type of desperation, but that was never. That's just probing. That was never going to happen. I know Jeannie Buss and the Lakers, they're not gonna let go of LeBron just like that. And what were they even? What were they even could have? Do I think he leaves?
Is it more or less realistic that he goes to the Warriors or the Knicks?
Well, you also have to think: is it more so realistic? Is he gonna give up $51 million?
For LeBron?
Yeah,
For why? Option?
yeah. He's a player option.
Is that
So-
a 1 year 50 or 2 year?
1 year.
Jesus.
mean,
I know.
Honestly, $50 million is probably nothing to him at this point. in
That
life.
is also true.
That is also true.
think
However,
about that.
however,
Now,
that
let's say Bronny declares for the draft.
which he shouldn't.
He shouldn't. but he does,
Okay.
and gets drafted, let's say the Knicks or the Thunder.
The Timberwolves. Everybody talks about him and the Timberwolves.
Yeah. Do you think LeBron opts out to play with his son?
Yeah. Maybe not the first year, but it'll meet him the second year, maybe.
I don't think LeBron's got another 2 years.
I don't know. Well, first of all, have you seen? What
I'm not saying
LeBron's
he
doing?
can't play another 2 years. I'm just saying he might not want to play another 2
To
years.
play with his son, he would.
That's what I always said, too.
I don't.
To play with his son, he would.
I don't think that he would give up winning over playing with his son right away. If the Lakers are good enough to contend, seriously contend, I do believe that he'll stay. Unless Bronny goes to a contending team, I think that's the only thing that could.
Well, that's why I named the Thunder and Knicks. Because they're teams that, if they have LeBron James, I think can contend for a championship.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you, LeBron's a pretty cryptic guy. So it's like, I don't know. I know, but what I do know is that he likes to win. He wants to win. Or else he still didn't, or else he wouldn't still be playing. You know?
Yeah.
So whatever that is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be tied to that. If he's going to be playing at this age,
It's because he has a chance to win a championship.
exactly.
So, I actually have a...
Like, if he was to win one this year, I could absolutely see him going to wherever Bronny goes.
Yeah.
But he's
Like,
not winning this year.
Why not?
No, I'm just saying.
The West is competitive.
Yo,
No,
you
I'm
just
just saying, but he's not winning this year.
The West is a competitive conference.
I don't think the Lakers.
quick
win a
little
championship
stat,
this year.
quick little stat, which is crazy. Rui Hachimura and AD were the first duo Laker duo to have 35 plus in a game since Kobe and Shaq. Isn't that crazy with the fact that LeBron and AD have been playing with each other for at least I think 5 years now?
Yeah.
4 or 5 years now?
But I think it's also interesting because, yes, they are doing that, but I feel like that's not how they're orchestrated, though. You know,
It's not.
like one of them's either going crazy or the other one's going crazy.
Well, the idea is for AD to always go crazy. That's why you see the way they're playing now is the idea that they had defense and everybody touching the ball. And
Is David boring you?
No, not at all. I'm so sorry.
I would hope not. This is his team. I would hope he want to
Yeah, the
learn.
Lakers are great. Oh, no.
I would hope he want to learn something about his team. But yeah, that was just a little tidbit on that.
No, I like it.
Speaking about records, Doc Rivers is 3-7 since becoming head coach.
A bum.
I just saw a picture. He got a fresh cut
Of what?
of his little bit of hair that he has left.
Yeah, exactly.
He lined up that one line to a two. I actually have some interesting information since we're talking about basketball, and since we talked about the All-Star game last week.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that in the last 5 All-Star games, the West has beat the East 4 times? What are you looking at? Oh, his lineup is kind of clean, though. Nah, hold on a second, though. There's a little hair missing in between, but that line is sharp, though.
I
It's
can't
there.
stand Doc Rivers, yo. I can't stand
It
him.
looks like they were trying to line it up. They missed, and they scuffed his nose a little bit. You see that? Oh, man. He said, give me the line in my eyebrow.
Well, to comment on what you just said, the West has been a better conference, period, in the NBA for years.
Yep.
It's a more competitive conference. Like I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm pretty sure the Nuggets, Warriors,
Oh,
Lakers.
Like who won?
I'm thinking about past championship. Warriors. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, Warriors, Lakers. You got Nuggets. You
and
got,
if the East did win, LeBron was on the team. Cavs and Heat.
That's the only time the East has won in the last however many. I would love to know that. Oh my god.
I'm telling you.
Keep going. I'm the wiki today. In
And
this
then,
part of the show, that's what I'm doing.
Speaking about the Bucks, Danilo Gallinari is actually getting bought out by the Pistons, and he's gonna end up signing with the Bucks.
Oh well, I can't believe he's still playing.
He's actually a pretty knockdown shooter still. So I think
And I'm
that
just thinking back at like the Melo trade and how long ago that was.
right. I like Danilo as a player. I thought he was good. I never thought he was like the most athletic. I thought he was like a smart, guy but I don't really think it moves the needle for them. I think the Bucks are looking for anything to try to boost up because they've got problems over there, especially when they've got Giannis's brother doing whatever he wants.
I know you want to talk about that a little.
I don't even want to acknowledge him. I just don't think.
Do you think it's in Giannis's contract that's like you must have my brother signed?
It might be, which is disgusting.
That's a crazy clause.
I saw the guy have 3 straight turnovers. He had an 8-second backcourt violation.
All right, so I got the last 10 chips. Ready?
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Give it to me. You got the Denver Nuggets, the
Mhm.
Warriors,
Mm-hmm.
the Bucks, the
There he goes.
Lakers,
Okay.
the Raptors, the Warriors, the Cavs, the Warriors, the Spurs. Only one of those.
One East team.
No, like 2 of them were in each team.
Both LeBron teams though.
No.
One of them was LeBron because it was the Cavs, but then the other one
Yeah.
was the Raptors, which was Kawhi
Yeah,
Leonard
that was
and
Kawhi.
then-
I
and
remember
then
that one.
The Spurs one was when Kawhi won with the Spurs.
Mm-hmm. But then before that, that's gonna be like the Heat, right?
The Spurs are East.
The Spurs are in the West.
Yeah, 13 was Spurs Heat, 12 was Thunder Heat, and then 11 was Dallas Heat.
Yeah, Mavericks won that one.
Yeah.
That Thunder Heat matchup was really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was.
I definitely remember that. Good games. I think David was like 35 when those plays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I'm ancient.
Yeah. No,
He was keeping score.
he had to have been pushing 50 something by then.
He was out there looking like Pop.
He was like, the series is great, but it's nothing like Pippen and Jordan.
No, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. While we're on
It's nothing
keeping
like
score,
Wilt Chamberlain. I was there for the 100-point game.
While we're on keeping score, I don't think David is taking this disrespect. This is his forte.
That is his forte.
Some might say.
No. It's all good. I just wanted to actually keep going because I was talking about All-Star Weekend,
Yo,
and the 3-point contest is tonight,
right.
along with the Rising Stars in the Celebrity Game.
I like that.
I'm gonna give you guys a list,
Yeah.
and I want you to tell me who you think is gonna win.
Let's go for it.
We spoke about the Rising Stars game already, right?
Yeah.
So 3-point contest.
Damian Lillard, Tyrese Halliburton, Trae Young, Malik Beasley, Donovan Mitchell, Lauri Markkanen, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns.
I said it last week. I'll say it again. I said it to you. I got Dame. I think Dame is. It's time for Dame to pop off.
I'm gonna say Trey.
I'm also gonna say Trae. I'm gonna say Trae so much I'm actually gonna put some bread on it.
Do you think that Trey, per usual, gets downspoken because he's in Atlanta?
I think Trae is an excellent point guard.
He's a great player. I mean, I've seen what he's done to my Knicks.
He's nice, man. He can shoot the ball from wherever he gives. I think he's leading the league in assists right now. At that,
He is killing it on my fantasy team. I'll tell you that.
you know what I'm saying? Like he gets you points. He's giving you 25 and like 11 assists a night. So
Is this celebrity game going on right now?
I believe
Probably
it started.
finishing
Yeah,
up right now.
yeah, because all the festivities start at 9. Oh,
What
sorry,
time's the dunk contest?
The 3-point contest is tomorrow, but the dunk contest, all that
Tomorrow
starts.
as well.
All of it starts at 9. Yeah, all of
Cool.
that starts at. All that coverage starts at 9.
Sick.
Very interesting.
Well, speaking of basketball, I had Cody over at my apartment last night.
That is true.
And I know that sounds a little freaky the way I said it. He came over.
What a weirdo.
We didn't know what we were going to do, to be honest. And he was like, hey, I think there's some games on. Should we watch a game? I was like, sure. I looked at the matchups. Who did the Grizzlies play last night? David, do you know?
Last night?
Yeah.
Shoot, I do know because
Grizzlies Bucks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't feel like watching that. And it was like 30 minutes away.
Right.
And I was like, wait, Caitlin Clark's playing right now. I was playing. He's like, who's Caitlin Clark? I was like, you don't know who Caitlin Clark is?
Right.
He had no idea
I did.
who Caitlin Clark was. And I was like, oh, I gotta put you on. I gotta show you this. Watch a little bit of the game. By the time you're gonna be like, nah, she's different. So we turn on the game. The first play we see,
Bomb.
she shoots it from the logo, and then everything stops, and we're like, what's going on? And then the graphic comes on the screen. Congrats, Caitlin Clark, all-time NCAA scoring leader.
I had not heard of this person my whole life, and then the first shot that I see is she becomes the scoring leader for all women's college basketball, and I was just like, okay, I believe it. She's great.
So
I'm sorry, but yo, I don't know. Maybe I'm late to the party, obviously. Because she's been on a run for a while, I guess. No, she's she's lights out, bro.
we
Never
watched.
She has like a Lonzo shot. She hits one of these. You know, it's like a sad palm tree, but it's automatic.
Yeah.
We watched the first half like all the way through, but that first quarter, man, she ended it with like 23 points, 4 assists, and I was like, this might sound crazy, David. I don't watch as much basketball as you do, but that quarter that she put up yesterday was the best quarter performance I've seen since Klay Thompson, when he scored 37 and a quarter. Or was that the right number? Something like that.
What was
Yeah.
that, 13 threes or something like that? 14
Yeah.
threes, something like that?
He had 30 something in a quarter, but I was like, last night that was the best performance in a quarter I've seen since that by a single player.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna. That's incredible to do. I don't take anything away from her.
You know what's the
like,
crazy part too? During this game, she broke a record to start. The game's going on. You know how there's always the graphic at the bottom saying, Iowa has this many points, Michigan has that many points, right? Little scoreboard. Above the scoreboard, there's a thin box that says Caitlin Clark.
How many points she had?
Points, assists, rebounds.
That's just everything she's
It
doing.
stayed up the whole game above the scoreboard.
It was nice.
It was truly
And
a my career game.
And I'm gonna tell you right now about Caitlin Clark. She can go. If she declares that's clear cut number one.
Yeah.
Right.
But
She's
if
might be the best to ever get
but
into
if
the
she
WNBA.
but if she stays, she will make more money being a college athlete than she will in the WNBA, and that's a sad truth.
What does that tell you about the structure of the WNBA?
That's why I say it's a sad truth.
I think talking about that, I think she can be a huge difference. I think she could bring so much viewership to the WNBA.
Oh, she would.
She's going.
Oh, listen, any contract that when she signs to the WNBA, whenever that is, if it is this upcoming year, then the year after that,
Because she will be.
there's gonna be so much like incentive around it and so many deals and this and this and that. They're going to try to take this girl and make sure, you know what I mean? Like the WNBA is gonna ride her back because
Now,
there's nobody like her. Juju Watkins is really good out of USC.
Yeah.
This girl out of I forgot her name. From LSU. She's Angela Reese, I believe her name is, or whatever. She's really good too. Like, there's some really good players coming out, for on the women's side. But
do you think there's a team? I don't know enough about the WNBA. Is there a team that she would like to play for that if they have that number one pick, she's like, I'll declare. But if not, that she's just like, I'm doing one more year in college.
one more, I don't think it really. I think for her, it's
just another year in college.
well, no, I think it's all a personal thing. I think it depends on if she wins at Iowa and all that good stuff like that. I think all that stuff counts because again, it's not about money or anything because she can make more money staying right where she's at, and she can continue to break every record and you know what I mean and win and be the all-time. Like even if she goes next year, you know what I mean. Like either way.
She broke that record with an extra year of eligibility left. So
right.
Imagine how much higher she can set that bar.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And if you have that opportunity to do that, let me go ahead and be the greatest in college, women's college, and then let me go to the WNBA and break some stuff over there too.
Right.
So, I'm not exactly sure if this is correct, but last year the Phoenix Mercury were the last team in standings. So I'm going to assume they have the number 1 pick, unless they have a lottery system themselves.
They do.
Okay. So I'm going to look up the WNBA draft.
While he looks that up,
Yeah.
with no surprise to anybody, I mean, I don't know how many people care about this, but I think it's kind of funny. The MVP of the celebrity game was DK Metcalf.
Duh.
Put on a show last year.
And that's why it's not just anybody's surprise. Recorded a double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks.
My boy's a beast. He was out there probably killing it. Like, just...
If I'm not mistaken, right, wasn't Kai Cenat in the celebrity
Cenat?
game?
Yeah.
He was.
It wasn't...
Imagine them two lined up, like, next to each other, bro.
You heard about Ruby Rose?
No.
She asked Kai to score 30 for her.
Oh, yeah. That was going to happen.
Oh.
That was going to happen. Listen, speaking
He's
about
just
the
lucky
celebrity
there's no
game,
box score on Google.
speaking about the celebrity game, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with this analyst, but let's send our well wishes to Stephen A.
Oh my god.
who you know, hurt himself while warming up practicing against Micah Parsons. The story is that he slipped on sweat, I believe. Who knows? He was probably out there in some slacks and some dress shoes, putting them up.
I'm telling you, yo, we said this off. Yo, his shot is automatic though.
Say what you want about Stephen A, but
Oh my god.
you
Alright,
know, well wishes to him.
Before we finish up, I want to talk a little baseball. There's been a whole controversy with the new MLB uniforms.
PD doesn't
jerseys.
like this.
I don't like this. Most of the fans don't like this. Some of the players don't even like this.
Right.
So Nike's in charge of the uniforms or the jerseys, and they have handed it off to Fanatics to make the jerseys.
Here, you guys take it. We're
Yeah.
you
right.
you guys do it.
We don't want to make them. So the mock jerseys have come out now in spring training. The teams are up and practicing. The jerseys have been on. Fans are not happy.
Not satisfied.
They look like they got ordered on DHgate.
Little Timu jerseys.
Little Temu jerseys.
A Wish Mets jersey.
That's what it looks
They
like.
bought them on Temu in bulk,
They just look so fake and
like
cheap.
Build-A-Bear clothes.
Yeah. And the names are smaller on the back, like a kid's jersey.
I believe you said before they weren't embroidered.
They weren't embroidered, which has always been an MLB thing. You know, you have your embroidered patches, the name. Now they're just like, it's on there.
That makes me think of my my Garrett Cole Yankee jersey, that gray. Oh my god, I love that jersey.
Boring
It
jersey.
says New York and plain.
Yeah, I love that jersey.
You taking those jerseys over the pinstripes though?
I'm an alternate jersey kind of guy. For
The
like
Yankees also
almost
changed
everything.
their gray jerseys this year.
Did they?
Yeah,
They don't have that
it's
jersey.
not a big change. No, you know the Yankees don't really change their
Nah,
uniform.
we don't
Dark
change
gray to
much.
light
They
gray?
don't. They don't. It's the same color gray.
Uh huh.
Where it says New York
Uh huh.
in navy blue,
Yeah.
there's usually a white outline.
Uh huh.
Right.
They took away the white outline.
No.
So
No,
now it's just
I don't like
blue
that.
on gray.
No, I don't like that.
The nerve.
I like the white outline.
Unbelievable. No,
The
it
white
makes it
outline.
pop.
The white outline is what did it for me.
Which is actually interesting. The Mets did the same thing with their black uniforms. They took away the black outline, so now it's just that blue and orange. I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I like that.
You know, I wanna say this. This is, to me, this is interesting. I have a couple fun facts I wrote down about the celebrity games. Right. First off, we didn't say it, but as a big music fan myself, this was kind of interesting. The assistant coach because Shannon Sharp was the what's it called, the head coach for Team Shannon, which was the one side of the celebrity game. The assistant coach was 50 Cent.
Okay.
And then the other assistant coach was Peyton Manning.
All right.
And on the other side, Team Stephen A, the assistant coach was Lil Wayne. I don't know. I didn't know that at all. And then the other assistant coach was Aja Wilson, which is who I was talking about, who's now in the WNBA. And there's only been 2 celebrities ever to have won the celebrity game more than once.
Okay.
I want to see if either of you.
Justin Bieber.
No.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's one of them.
Kevin Hart. Yeah, Kevin Hart won MVP a couple times. That's a good one.
DK
Kevin Hart.
Metcalf.
It's not DK.
No, because he's saying celebrity, right? And Tony.
Well, he counts.
Yeah, someone that.
He's an athlete, though. Does that count?
It counts, because, I mean,
He's played in the game.
I'll put it like this. I'll make it easier, since you guys weren't so good at guessing the quote.
Oh, here we go.
Today.
All right.
This is another athlete.
Okay.
This other person that has won it.
Was he a
Kevin
former?
Hart's won it 4 times.
Yeah.
Was he a former NBA player?
No.
So
No.
probably a basketball
And
player.
this person won twice.
So former. I just asked NBA, right?
You just asked if it was NBA. I said no.
So probably a football player.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I never really cared for the celebrity game.
I used to watch it a lot.
I always liked watching Kevin Hart. Honestly, he's like 5'4" with like 16-inch shorts.
I never made it. I never made a point. It was like,
I can't think
Alright.
of one. Is it a football player?
It is a football player.
Yeah.
Give you that. Does that make it any more enticing?
Tony Gonzalez.
No.
Was he a receiver?
You want me to give you that too?
Yeah, I'm guessing until I get it right.
I'll put it like this. It's not a quarterback.
He was a receiver.
It's not a quarterback.
Antonio
Running back?
Gates.
Yeah,
Huh?
come on, give me some hint. Was he a receiver?
If you give me one, if you ask me for one more hint,
I'm gonna
tell you
keep
who it
going
is.
until I get there. Receiver.
He's a receiver.
Okay. Did he play in the NFC?
All right, here we go.
Calvin Johnson.
Not Calvin Johnson. I'll give you both 2 more guesses.
Larry Fitzgerald.
No, we got one more.
Whoa, I still have 2.
You have 2.
Okay.
You have 2. Let's go.
Oh man.
Very interesting. I think you're gonna like this answer.
I think we're overly
David.
thinking about it.
I just want the answer
That's
already.
the beauty of overthinking. It could be anything, or it could be something simple, or it could be one person.
Julian Edelman.
You thinking the shortest people in the world? No. You got one more. You got one more guess for you in your heart, David? No? Tapping out?
Because I don't even know who's. It's tough because
Cal-
I don't even know who's
Calvin
played. Like,
Johnson?
I haven't even watched. I already said Calvin
Oh,
Johnson.
you said Calvin
But that's your guess. So
No, it's
you're
not.
out.
No, it's not.
You got one more.
No, it's not fair.
It's not my fault.
I'm trying to
also
think
have
It's
of
not my fault you weren't
That's
paying
not my fault,
attention.
no.
That's it.
No.
David.
Plexico Burrs. No, I don't know.
Terrell Owens.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
That was my next guess, and you wouldn't let me.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Julian
Terrell
Edelman.
Terrell Owens has played in a couple. Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense. Yeah.
But, do you have any other baseball information?
We got our first spring training game on Thursday next week.
Hazas.
Tune in.
There you go. Tune in.
What did you say?
That's his little hezzy noise.
Hazas.
That's him trying to say huzzah.
Yeah, he was in the middle of saying huzzah and he sneezed.
Tune in Thursday. We got Dodgers versus Padres. Our first game of the season. It's gonna
Baseball.
be baseball's back.
Let's go.
I'm gonna get into it. PD's gonna start telling us, and David's also gonna start telling us one game of each sport that we should tap into.
Well, your
100%.
homework's to watch that game on Thursday.
Yeah, I
Started
will.
off nice.
Yeah, start it off.
Dodgers who?
Padres.
We're gonna.
Ooh,
We should go to a
San
game.
Diego.
Are we gonna go to a game? We should go to a
We'll
game.
definitely go to a game.
And we'll film live. Live from the game. Come on, man. Make it real. Make it happen.
That's
David, I know
official
you're a
now.
Yankee fan, but I'm gonna show you the City Field experience.
You ever been to City Field?
No, I haven't.
You're gonna have a great
It's
time.
a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
City Field's nice for the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
I'll put that out there right here, right now. It is.
Yeah.
It is, bro.
It
Alright.
feels more.
It feels more baseball.
Feels more baseball.
Okay. I like that.
Yankee Stadium's like museum-y.
Yeah.
You walk in, it's like all the greats are around you, and
Yeah.
you're like, the Yankees.
There's a lot of gray,
You know, it's a lot of gray. It's
a lot of cement.
It's
Yeah.
what,
It is a lot of cement.
what it's gonna say? Everything like a museum. Please don't touch. I'm telling you, it's just like it's one of those like it's so nice you almost don't even wanna.
Oh.
Like be a fan.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you, man.
All right,
We're
cool.
gonna go. We're gonna go.
Nice.
We're gonna go.
I'm with that.
On that note, this is everything that we got for the episode. Stay tuned for what we got next week, and as always,
Come on, David, you can do it too. Hooray! Hooray!